Good evening. My name's Cynthia Mitchell. I'm from the Institute for Sustainable Futures here at UTS, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to tonight's forum, which is part of a national series of free public discussions called One Just World: Think, Talk, Act on Global Poverty and Development. This series is an initiative sponsored by the Australian Government's International Development Agency, AusAid, in partnership with the International Women's Development Agency and World Vision Australia. In each city, we are joined by a university partner, and in Sydney, I'm happy to say that it's the Institute for Sustainable Futures at UTS. We're delighted to see you all here tonight, and I can guarantee you that it's going to be a very lively and interesting exchange. And not only that, an exchange on an issue that's actually crucial in helping people around the world escape from poverty. And that's the issue of aid effectiveness. The idea behind the One Just World series is to provide a space where you, the Australian community, can engage in discussion and debate about the important development issues that face us all as a global community. The idea is that forums like this give an opportunity to share ideas and insights with people who are making change happen right now. The absolute endgame in aid and development is to make poverty history. So I want to start with a sobering thought. About 2.6 billion people, 40% of the world's population, live on less than US $2 a day, which means their opportunities for a healthy and fulfilling life are limited in ways it's hard to imagine from the comfort of our suburban existence in Sydney. So tonight's focus is on an especially crucial one in our ongoing fight against world poverty. The fundamental question is, does aid work? I think each of our speakers will give a tentative yes and spend most of their time on the second question, which is, how can we do it better? The development context is complex. On your seat is a sheet with a rich picture that shows some of this complexity and highlights that getting development right affects everyone, from the recipient to the donor and the many government and non-government and community organisations in between. Those who give money and time and resources want development and humanitarian organisations to demonstrate the difference they make. But that begs the question, what should we be measuring? What does success look like for communities or for governments receiving aid, for implementers of aid programs, for donors? Who should be accountable, to whom, and over what time frame? These are big questions in aid and development with no easy answers, and tonight we're joined by 4 people whose work is at the cutting edge of this issue and who embody the diversity of perspectives in the aid world. We have Minar Pimple of the UN, where he is Deputy Director and Head of Asia Regional Office for the UN Millennium Campaign. Peter Verseji from AusAid, where he's Assistant Director General, Office of Development Effectiveness. Paul Ronalds from World Vision Australia, where he's Deputy CEO and Director of Strategic Projects. And Juliette Willits from UTS, where she's a Research Director at the Institute for Sustainable Futures.